Hello, and welcome to the Anime Academy. I'm your headmaster, Paolo.
And I'm Zakk.
Class is now in session, so this week we're gonna take a break from just talking about different series of anime, and we're just gonna do a little bit of everything, a little bit of nothing.
Yeah, so plan for today is to share some of our favorite stories about anime growing up, or anime-related stories, rather. And then afterwards, we're going to do a funky quiz, and we'll see where that takes us.
Yeah, very exciting day.
So anyway, I know I've talked about some things with you before, Paulo, but you mentioned having a really cool story just before we
Well,
started recording.
it's not the coolest stories. It's gonna be very anticlimactic, but I'll try to milk it out like the cows do at home. I don't know. Anyways, so this happened. I'm gonna say a year ago. Was when my sleep schedule did not have a schedule. This was when I was staying up to like 4 a.m. in the morning watching anime, and I had this dream, and I was in the Naruto universe. I was like little like me and like dreaming and inside myself. I was freaking out. I was like, this is the everything I've ever wanted my whole life. Like walking down the street and like, oh my god, there's Naruto, and I was just having the greatest time. And then boom, everything switches. Almost like it went from frame to frame within like a millisecond. And cut to me, I'm at the Valley of the End, and this hooded black figure is sucking the life force out of me. Like I see all my
Holy
memories
shit.
just coming, like I can literally see the memories like being like wiped away from me. Also, cut to Naruto and Sasuke flying in to save me, and they're fighting off this black figure, and I'm again still strapped down. So Sasuke, like, and they're both in their like their fighting modes. Like Naruto's got like the full nine-tailed fox form going on. Sasuke's got a Susanoo. So they're like, this is serious. We need to save Paul. I'm like, rightfully so. First of all, second of all, um, so Sasuke unties me and then puts me in his Susanoo, and then the entire waterfall just comes out of the ground, and the dude, like bad dude, fully shifts it into like a spear, like a full. This is huge. This is I'm talking like a million square footage of just rock spears. And it like I'm just like in my dream, I'm like, oh, this is so cool, but I'm about to die. So Naruto comes in and like starts fending off the bad guy, and he looks at Sasuke and he's like, get him out of here, referring to me. And then I was like, no, I'm not supposed to be here. Like I started this. Let me fix this. And Naruto's like, no. Naruto's trying to convince Sasuke to like let me go. And then he gets hit by the spear and gets knocked down. And Sasuke's like, yeah, it's too dangerous for you. So Sasuke starts to fly me away with his Susanoo. And I look over at Naruto, and he's just getting his shit wrecked. I'm talking everything's just hitting Naruto all at once. And Naruto's like not looking in good shape. And I start to cry. And when I tell you cry, I was ugly girl crying. And I'm like, Sasuke, we have to go back and save him. He's like, don't worry, he'll be fine. And then I just hear Naruto scream, and then I wake up.
Jeez.
And I was like, what the fuck just happened? Is he okay? Like, do I have to go back? But and to this day, I've never had a dream like that since, and I will never forget it as long as I live.
Rock spears.
Like, dude,
Jeez.
if you could imagine, it was almost the equivalent of like Payne's like Planet Devastation, but in the form of a spear, and it was like literally, it was it was the size of the planet. It was huge, and Naruto was just getting like. It was I broke a sweat telling out that story, like. But yeah,
Oh man,
that's my little story.
I think growing up, a lot of us, especially who are into the arts, looked at some of our favorite series and we were like, man, I wish I could do that. Maybe we even
I
thought,
swear to God, if you are about to bring up Attack on Titan the musical, I will leave this call right now. You
I
are,
was
aren't
not.
you? Oh, okay.
No, what I was going to say, however, Paulo,
I'm sorry. I'm like, if I ever go to Broadway and there's Attack on Titan the musical, I will hunt you down. Anyways,
Oh
yes, I'm
man.
listening. I have my full attention now. Now I'm intrigued. Please continue.
Anyway, I think a lot of us begin to fantasize about creating our own series. Or
Mm.
begin to think, wow, I could be doing that. That could be so cool, so interesting. And I've definitely had my turn at bat with that one summer. I must have been in like grade 9, but I wasn't working during the summer. I wasn't doing anything, wasn't seeing friends much. So I sat at home writing a light novel over most of the summer. And I'm going to tell you right now, it was really crappy. It was basically all of my favorite series
Oh,
combined into one.
but that, hey, like, you know what? If it's done well, it could be like just a huge crossover series, which
Well,
I think could be really cool.
okay, this the thing though. Like it wasn't a crossover. It just basically stole the concepts from a bunch of different shows and mashed them
Oh, I
together in a
see.
blender kind of thing.
Okay, okay.
Um, so I don't know. I thought it was cool, but that's because it's identical to the things that I loved. So why wouldn't it be cool? But I spent a lot of time writing on that. Uh, Please don't try and find me on Wattpad. But
Okay, okay, hold on. I need to make a confession to everyone at home. Don't look up Zakk. Don't look up me either, because I did Ariana Grande fan fiction of me and her. Don't. Don't do it.
um, but yeah, I had that series going for a while, and then as a lot of light novels do, I was drawing panels and stuff for it as well, using my own original characters, and I was having fun with that. I think if I tried to do it now, it would work out a lot better than it did then.
Well, yeah. I mean, but you know what though? It's still cool to like. I've always fascinated. Like, I drew that. Like, whenever it's like I drew this character, like original character, I'm like, wow, like that is so cool. I could never. Like, you want
Mm.
like a million stick people? Yes, you have a million. I will give you a million stick people. But I love when artists be like, I literally created this from my own imagination. Here it is.
Mm.
It's just mind boggling, man. It's the coolest thing.
So that was something that was cool, kept me busy during that summer. I do have another idea for a series that I would like to explore soon, which I know we've briefly spoken about.
You know, funny enough, when you told me about your light novels and potentially maybe making or your own anime, I kind of got an idea in my head. I was like, this would probably be good too. But I haven't told, like, literally, it's what I love about like working at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like there's just a bunch of random ideas and notes in like on my phone. So
Mhm.
it's just like, this would be good. And then like I'll fall asleep. I'm like, what the hell did I just write? What? This is not English. But no, we should totally just make our own stuff.
Paulo, okay, cut to us in 2 years where we're sitting in our basement just messing around with Adobe After Effects and dubbing our own characters.
I mean, listen, if time allows, if the universe wants us to do it, we will do it. But if
It
not,
would
it'll
be
be a
so bad.
tragedy. We, you know, I feel like if we really sat down and did it, it would be good.
If we put all our time and effort into it, yeah, we could probably come
If
up
we
with something
dropped out of
decent.
school yesterday, and we would be set.
Um,
Anyways,
so there is that, and I think that's a story that a lot of people will have to some extent. Also, I mean, back when Vine was a thing, making AMVs,
R.I.P. to a legend. Oh my
absolutely.
god.
But yeah,
Uh,
I definitely spent a lot of time making AMVs when Vine was still around. I got to admit, I was part of like huge group collabs where it
oh
was
shit,
like,
no way.
um, we would do like a whole song, and okay, you're doing part one of five, you're doing part two, you're doing part three, part four, part five.
Okay, that's so cool. I'm sorry. I'm like fangirling because I've seen them in the past, in the present, and now still the future. And they're tagging all these accounts and they're like, oh yeah, like these people like helped out with the video. I'm like, how did you guys, first of all, manage the time to make it so cohesive that it looks like it's been edited just once?
Uh huh.
Like that's so crazy.
Man, I wonder if those files still exist anywhere because obviously Vine rip, but
Well, not okay. Hold on, not necessarily. I remember seeing someone on TikTok, and they still had the Vine app on their phone. Like,
Mm-hmm.
obviously, they couldn't see any videos, but I believe they still had access to their profile.
Maybe if I sign
So
in. I don't know.
I, I don't know, or like it's the internet. Once you posted something, it's there. Like you can
Fair
delete it
enough.
a million times if you want. The internet. Listen, being dumb goes and comes and goes, but the internet is forever.
Try using the Wayback Machine. See if it's there. So there was that, and of course, I've told you about the Otaku Five before.
I believe
When
so.
I
Yes.
was in the 8th grade, I had a group of friends that needed to come up with a dance for an assignment.
Oh yes, yes,
And
yes.
we had the brilliant idea because we got to choose our own music and stuff too to come up with a mashup of English dub covers.
Okay, I would like to know. First of all, why didn't you go with English dub? If I was there and I just started hearing like a Naruto theme song in Japanese, I would have gone up and I would have started moshing. I would have got everyone to start moshing and open a mosh pit.
My high school actually had a really huge theater. We were really lucky in that aspect.
Did you
But
guys mosh?
my high school to Naruto? No, no, that's something we never got to.
We should
Um,
totally do.
I should call my teachers and be like, "Hey, I want to schedule an
Yo,
event in the auditorium. We're just gonna show up and
and
mosh to
mosh.
anime music."
Like I know it sounds crazy, but like due to COVID-19, we haven't really seen each other, so I feel like this would be a great way to like reunite the band.
But yeah, we came up with this choreography that was based off of the respective animes,
Uh huh.
and we were dressed up in full cosplay. We originally had to do it for our class, but then my teacher
Uh-huh.
made us do it in front of the entire school.
Oh no! I mean, okay, was it lit? Like, was everyone hyped?
I mean, there were a lot of little kids who recognized who we were and thought it
Ah,
was really
yes.
cool, so that was nice. But definitely a lot of people who didn't understand it thought it was pretty weird.
Again, if I was there, I would have started a mosh pit, and it would have been great.
That's probably what got me into cosplay in the first place. It's just working on something stupid like that. I mean, for that you had Kirito, Natsu, Goku, Ash from Pokemon,
I was gonna
and
say,
and freaking Naruto all on stage together dancing to each of their respective themes. So another thing we talked about was doing a quiz. I have one up here, which is from Crunchyroll. It's to
ooh,
determine which Shonen Jump anime character you are, or which Shonen Jump anime resonates best with you. So I figure we can both take this quiz. Paulo, if you find yourself with a lot of spare time, what would you rather do? Find an activity? Go somewhere outside? Hang out with friends? Or hey, why not all of them?
ooh, yeah. Hey, why not all of them?
All
That's
right.
my go-to.
How important is physical fitness to you?
Due to COVID-19, I can't really go to the gym, so I think I'm pretty good with myself.
All right.
All right,
Self confident. I like it.
yeah. As I eat
Um,
like 5 donuts before this call.
do you always follow the rules, Paulo?
No. Rules are meant to be broken, kids. Break some
All
rules
right.
today.
You're out hiking and you see a trail.
See, curiosity killed the cat, and I never listened to that, and I still don't listen to that. I would follow the trail and see where it leads me.
All right. What kind of video games do you like?
Oh, it's a toss up between strategy and fighting. I think I'm gonna go strategy though.
How do you deal with failure? Do you get back up and keep pushing forward? Do you learn what went wrong and change accordingly? Or do you improve yourself until you're able to accomplish the goal?
Ooh, wow, this got deep. um, ooh, okay. Initial reaction, like I don't. Period. But I think any time that I fail at something, I always try to see, okay, why, and how can I improve? So I think, how can I improve?
Okay.
Because I'm also trying to be an actor and I'm trying to improve my acting skills with a Z.
Have you always been talented or did you have to work at it?
I think that I had potential, back when I was younger and didn't have gray hair. Wow, I sound like I'm old. Um, I would say I think I had it, but I had to work at it.
What do you value most? Achieving personal ambitions, being true to yourself, or being compassionate to others?
That's like asking me to choose my favorite child. Oh God. Okay. Personal goals.
All right. Do you prefer learning new things, or would you rather master what you already know?
It depends. It's very scenario dependent. It's always good to learn stuff, but if you have something that you've kind of mastered, you can really fine tune it. I don't know. You know what? Risk it. I'll learn something that I don't know.
What best describes you? Friendly, adventurous, ambitious, playful, or free spirited?
Dumb bitch. No, I'm kidding. I'd say I'd say I'm pretty adventurous. I'm very spontaneous and very impromptu hangouts. Like, okay, we're gonna go on a 3 mile hike today. Sure, let's do it.
So, what has been spat out is Luffy from One Piece, slash the
Really?
series as a whole.
Wow. Uh, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was thinking more of like a Killua from like Hunter x Hunter because I'm so deadly and an assassin, but it is what it is. Okay,
It's
do
going to
it.
be all the same questions, so I'll probably speed through it pretty quick. In my spare time, I'll say the same thing. All of the above. Love to do an activity outside with some friends. How important is physical fitness to myself? I would love to go to the gym more often, but I do not currently. COVID. Do I always follow the rules? Oh, that's a tough one for me. I am a stickler for the rules, but I also
Right?
feel like there's a lot of rules that are just straight up wrong.
It like school rules. I always broke those. Like there, like that was just that was a more like a suggestion to
Hmm.
me, especially my later years of high school. But then you have like moral rules. I'm like, okay, yeah, like maybe I shouldn't kill somebody.
Yeah. I feel like I have strong morals, but I definitely question authority quite often.
Yeah, that's fair. I find that I'm the same way sometimes too.
I'm also totally more of an explorer on the topic
I,
of the hiking trails. As far as video games go, I guess RPGs would have to be my forte. Um, how do I deal with failure? Oof. Well, much like you said, I don't think I deal with it much at first.
I don't. I literally, if there's an option, just be hard on yourself and talk to no one for 24 hours. I would choose that.
I think I'm a little more hard headed. I just get back up and try and keep pushing forward. Um, Talented, or did I have to work at it? I feel like I haven't had to work very hard in my life for a lot of things. I feel like I've been lucky enough that a lot of things have come to me naturally. That's not to say that there weren't other barriers in the way
Of course.
preventing me from, using my skills to their fullest potential. But I definitely think I haven't had to work that hard at these skills that I do have. What is important to me? Achieving personal ambitions, being true to myself, or being compassionate. I'm definitely stuck here between being true to myself and being compassionate. I think true to myself is more important when comparing the two to each other.
See, for me, it's like I genuinely do not care about myself as long as my friends are okay and they're doing fine.
Well, I
I will do
agree with
anything
that,
to.
but I don't want to lie to myself or be something that I'm not in order
Fair,
to find
fair statement.
compassion.
Fair statement. I agree. I agree.
I absolutely love trying new things, but I'm also tied down because I don't want to have this arsenal of half developed skills, which is
That's
something that I definitely feel like I'm living with right now.
yeah. Uh, it's a tricky one. It's super
hmm
tricky.
but I'm gonna go with trying new things because that's a huge thing in my life. Um, how would I describe myself?
Funky, fresh, and fun.
Probably ambitious. I feel like I get really,
Ooh,
really ambitious, and sometimes that's the downfall of myself. But definitely quite ambitious. Oh, okay. It gave me Naruto.
damn.
Man, shonen is such a wide genre, but it gave us both One Piece and Naruto.
Naruto. But you know what? Great shows and great characters. I don't know. I think it's just maybe it's because the cosmic universe has put us together for this reason on this day on this episode, and the universe said, "These are your true colors. Take it or leave it."
Oh yeah, I'm
I have
sure.
no idea what I just said.
Maybe we can talk about some of the series that we have not finished over the years.
Ah, ho, 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 ho.
I know personally there's quite a few that I really want to revisit and finish. Actually, The Devil is a Part Timer just got announced for a second season, so I want to go back and finish the first season because I didn't do that. Um, on top of that, I never finished Noragami, and I feel really
Uh,
bad for that. I don't think I even got to Arigato. I was on the original series, and just for some reason I stopped. I think
okay.
Tokyo Ghoul is another one. I watched most of the first season, I think, and I just haven't continued watching since. I heard a lot
Mhm.
of people. 'Cause I knew a lot of people who were really big on the manga and were just being let down constantly by the
Oh,
anime.
really? Eh?
Yeah, it's a pretty poor adaptation. Not a bad
Oh,
show, but adaptation wise,
adaptation, do you mean like animation style, or it's just not what they had expected it to be?
it's just it strays very very much so from the manga,
Ah, I see.
and most people prefer the manga the way
I
it
see.
went.
Okay. Okay, fair.
So there's that. I don't know if anything else comes to mind. I don't think I ever finished Inuyasha, but that's pretty long. So
Yeah,
what about you? Do you have any unfinished series?
I do. And I think this is the episode that I actually get canceled on. This is
Uh
it. This
oh.
is the one.
Uh oh.
Okay. So, I'm scared to say this. So, I watched the first episode of Full Metal Alchemist and I stopped. I
Right.
stopped. I was like, okay, 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 I know, I would like to think I know the story. Like, they need to get back into their own bodies. Like, okay, like, and I was kind of like, I don't know, maybe I didn't give it a fair chance. Maybe you should like watch like more than episode one to
Mm.
like actually know what's going on. Um, I didn't finish Fairy Tale, and I live by that. Only because I don't know, because I stopped where Netflix stopped, like because I felt like okay, I've seen enough. I mean, did I want what's his name, the main dude,
Natsu?
Natsu? Did I want Natsu to meet his dragon? Of course, everyone does. But did I care to watch more? No, no, it didn't.
Igneel.
I mean, maybe I don't know. I feel like it went too slow. I feel like it took like 5 episodes for something to happen. I don't know. It was a
Mm.
long. This was back in summer of grade 8, and that's like a million years ago now.
Gotcha.
I, I did not finish The Exorcist.
You know, you saying you've never finished Blue Exorcist and Fairy Tale is interesting for me because those were two of the series that drew me in when I was first getting into anime, right? Like
Really?
some of my favorite series of all time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, now I feel like a douchebag.
No, no, it's good discussion. I mean, I rewatched Blue Exorcist recently and I've since read all the manga and I do really really enjoy the series. And Fairy Tale, I mean, I understand where you're coming from. It's quite long. One thing I will say, especially with the manga, is oh boy, the art style drastically improved over the years.
Oh, that's good.
It was really rough at the beginning.
Oh Lord. Yeah, no, like I appreciate the storyline. I appreciated the characters. We've talked about a gajillion animes in only our first season of this podcast, but those animes that we had watched, either they grip you right away or they leave you wanting to know more about it. And I just did not get that experience from those animes. And I'm so sorry, but I also need to make another confession. I have not watched One Piece or Dragon Ball Z at all. I haven't even watched them.
Oh boy. On that note, I think this is where we'll cut it for today. We're going to be coming back again next week for another general episode where we're going to be playing through some AI Dungeon.
Ooh, are we going to be like, what's the word? Like medieval knights? And like we'll have like magical powers, and it'll be like wizards and knights and princesses. And no, okay,
we can set it in whatever universe you want, Paolo.
Can we be I'm fascinated by the medieval times. Like if I was alive in the medieval times, I would thrive. That is my calling.
Maybe this will give us some inspiration for our own series.
Maybe it already has.
Oh.
So to learn more about that, tune in next week on Anime Academy. Thank you guys always for listening. If you like to support our channel, you can do one of 4 things. You can like, comment, share, or subscribe. Or if you want to be a super fan, you do all 4. We'll love you for it. Until next week, this has been Anime Academy. I'm your headmaster, Paolo.
And I'm Zakk.
Class is now dismissed. Go out and watch some anime today.
Take care, everyone.